This is the way we come in off the very busy Murrayfield Road. Luckily a little bit quieter now with the virus having reduced the traffic. For the garden opening we have the plant sale and the tea here, so we try and have a lot of colourful tulips to brighten the place up. On the left is Purple Doll, and then the other ones we'll have a look at later. Come through the gate to the main garden, a view of our dogs. We've just got this young puppy called Maisie. He's not particularly helpful as far as the garden is concerned. The sun's now going to lighten up the view up to the porch with a cloud-pruned osmanthus on the left, and I'm standing here underneath an apple tree with this apple blossom. This is the porch where you come in off the main road to get to the front door, and we try and keep it quite colourful with those yellow geranthemums and the rhododendron fragrantissimum there, so that it has a nice scent. On either side we have two high clip shapes. This is Philadelphus aurea, which catches the light very nicely and is very nicely scented in a week or two. And to the right a red berberis, not quite so nice, but a good matching pair for the other one. And to the left, in this difficult area between the road and the house, there's a huge Euphorbia mellifera, which at this time of year when we've got the garden open, its flowers are all out and it smells strongly of honey, and that sometimes mystifies people why they can smell honey in this particular area. They do incredibly well here, and it self-seeds, and so we always have new plants coming on. Walking on just a few strides from there, the garden opens up and you can see much more of it. On the left the herbaceous border, the same holly. In the centre a great big birch tree. There's several birch trees planted a long time ago in this garden, and going right round to the front of the house with the choisia and the tulips on the patio. I've been very pleased with this particular combination. The muscary Big Smile, it's called, is almost over, but it's been flowering for a very long time, and the orange tulip Amazon is nearly over, but still looking good if this did happen to be the day of the garden opening. I really like this plant. It's a ribes speciosum, and the flowers look rather like fuchsias. They last for a very long time, and we've been careful to prune it so that it's very spare on the wall, and it covers this huge wall. It's very prickly and it grows a great deal. We're always having to keep it how we want it by cutting off the new growth. Although the daffodils here are nearly all over except for late flowering pipit at the front, it's a lovely time in the orchard because of the wonderful flowers of the apple trees. We've got several good apple trees here, and we have many more apples to eat than we can eat, so we get some of them juiced. Another rhododendron in full flower more or less now, called Ken Yachek. I think it is a Yakusha Maynham one, which I got at Glendoick a few years ago. It is a very consistent flower, and if a bit blousy, I like it very much. Obligingly, the sun is shining on this group of shuttlecock ferns at the top of the rockery. They've still just got that beautiful bright green colour of early spring, which will fade in a week or two, and they grow very well here. You can see why they're called shuttlecock ferns, because they grow in that shape, and they spread themselves vigorously by underground runners. That's called Matutia strathiopteris, and it's a wonderful fern. You can grow it anywhere. These camassia grow in the long grass, where earlier on we had the fritillaries growing quite well only this year, but the camassias do extremely well. They've clumped up beautifully over not very many years, and they always present a good display at this time of year, and they are seen beside a rhododendron just coming out, a pale yellow warty eye. And that makes a good combination. Some shrubs that have been in this garden for a very long time, and were here when we arrived 30 years ago. This Deutzia, I'd never heard of Deutzias when we got here, is always rather nice, and it's particularly nice at this time of year when it's just coming out. And behind it is the rhododendron which we saw from the distance. Here we are back at the gate which we came through on the way in, the gate to our yard where we have the tea and the plant sale on the garden opening. This apple tree is a great tree. It's created by itself that arch to go over the gate, and it flowers beautifully like this, and its apples are bright red and very tasty, and there's masses of them. We love this apple. It's called Norfolk Royal, and my husband comes from Norfolk, so he particularly likes it. To the right we have this weeping birch, which we saw on the way in, but just to say that we're very careful to keep the shape of this absolutely in order, so that the branches don't stick out or seem as though they're going to stray.